All right, welcome to day number 2, and what is hopefully the final day on getting these things on the tractor so I can mount the deck so we can cut our really tall grass. Close these doors so I don't make too much noise, so I don't wake up the whole family. Now, last video you guys were talking about, you leave ventilation in here. Well, I got some. It's not much, but I never actually intended for it to be this smoky in here, to be honest with you. Oh, crap. I need to measure the tractor. Make sure that my spacing is going to be okay. Because what I don't want is I don't want these wheels to crash into the front or rear wheels. I'm more worried about the front. I'm not so close to the rear as they are. Let's check that. Okay, I guess I'm more worried about the rear. Oh, look, I got another leak. Son of a bitch. So I'm more worried about the back. So I got 35 inches to play with here. I'm more worried about the back than the front. Okay, good to know. Oh, width. 35 by 48. Okay, 35 by 48. So I may have to actually turn these wheels. So instead of, I'll show you instead of talking. Whoop. It's dark as hell out here tonight. I don't have any sun out. Okay, here, all right, so I got 36 inches between the wheels and 48 inches of width. Let's see, 25, so another 10 and 20. So yeah, they're definitely gonna stick out past the wheels if I do it that way. 48 inches is right there. So if I can turn them out, so I know the front, that goes pretty close to the front axle there. So I think these will be okay. It's those that I'm gonna have to turn out a good bit. All right, I can make do with that. Figure out how to do that. So I'm gonna have to modify these two. First, what I'm gonna have to do is set you up here. All right, so I made one yesterday. I'm gonna make 3 more today. I'm gonna make one more just like that, and the other 2 will come out and they're gonna cant over, so I'm gonna have to modify that cut, which I'll have to go back to the saw to do. That's fine. Let's fire this up. I'm gonna have to throw this thing away. This thing gets to the point where it's itchy, and I'm certainly not gonna throw this through the washer. Get all sorts of metal shavings in there. Oh boy. I'll be in trouble for that one. Ruin a washer. Fun fact, I learned the hard way that when you're in the oil and gas company, you can get what's called 6 oil, which is this black, nasty oil that is so close to crude it might as well be, but it's not. It's actually the same fuel that most big ships run on. It's nasty. It's real thick and black, and it's solidifies under like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, well, I got it on my clothes, put them in a washer, and luckily the washer was a throwaway washer, it wasn't a main one, and it completely ruined the washer. It turned all of my clothes that were in there a brownish hue. So don't do that. Also red dye. You have to work on red dye. One dot turns everything red. And that's the same red dye that goes into off-road diesel fuel. Fun fact, what's the difference between off-road diesel and on-road diesel? The color. That's it. See, it comes out of the same tank. Dokie. I'm gonna get right into it today. Hey, did you message me? No. Alright. Yeah, we'll grab the MIG gun and we'll hop right to it. All this, I don't have to clean all this stuff up. Let's clean this spot up so I can there. Now I can actually get a decent. Oh, I gotta grind this side too. It may not be the best place, but it'll be okay. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to take a tiny bit of space, like a 1/16 of an inch or so. Snip that wire off. Just a tiny tack to hold it. Look at it. It's leaning one way or the other. There's a little bit. There we go. Go. What I can do, then we'll take this, match it with Oh, that's beautiful. That's right where I wanted it. Okay, and then we're just gonna weld this thing out, man. Let's start with the edge this time. Yeah, I got a little bit of a wider space this time. Start with the edge. With a little bit of space, you can kind of see the space. Kind of bounce it back and forth between the bezels, catch it, make sure it's nice and consistent. This one, kind of got to jam it in there. Got in there pretty good. Put my wire brush on. That's what you want to hear. A little echo in there. Group pass done. Now this should be the final pass for 3 sides. That one's going to take more than 2 passes. On that. Boom, let's go. Uno. A little spattery. Turn that wire speed down a little bit. It's getting a little spattery on me. Final pass. little spattery on me. Let's turn that wire speed back up. And then let's put a hard arc on there. Hot arc. A little bit of spatter on there, but other than that, I don't think that's too bad. That's 2. So now these 3rd and 4th ones, and they're going to be for the back side of this thing. I'm going to have to turn them out. I don't know how much. Let's find out. It's going to require a recut. That's for sure. Let's turn my light off. Beep. So this one is the back one. That's the one I'm worried about the most. Because I know that if I put this thing out 10 inches, definitely going to contact that rear wheel. But if I put it out at a 45, literally if I put it out at 45, I think that'll be perfect. So we're just going to cut one and try it. I got some extra, so what I need to do, I'll show you. The nice thing about using a regular carpenter's miter saw here, I'll show you. I'll show you the nice thing about using a carpenter's miter saw instead of one of the evolution saws, unless you spend big money on one of the nice ones. Put this here. Put this here like that. I got this way. I can miter that way, but I can also miter this way. Boop! Look at that, huh? And that will give me the cut that I need. Hopefully. Without too much trouble. Oh, I gotta go sharper than that even. So I'm hoping that I can right there. That is a long cut. Wait, I gotta cut them both 22 and a half, don't I? Yeah, how the fuck does that work? I gotta cut them both 22 and a half. What about there? We'll see if it works. If not, I just wasted a piece. Oh well. Gotta risk it big to make it big. Of course, now I gotta find a good spot for this to grab onto. I don't know. Sure. Bam, 22 and a half degrees. At least that's going to cut it a wee bit short. That's about right there. Sure. My hand comes off, you'll know why. And I want you to watch it. That was a perfect amount. I could not have done that again if I tried. Well, actually, I'm going to have to try. So that is a 22.5 degree weird ass angle. And it looks like, oh, it's going to work. I got to do it to the same thing to the other one too, but that's fine. So now this one's got to be cut the other direction. That's stupid. Yeah. Yeah, you shut up. See how this goes. So I guess I can do it if I try. Again, 22.5 degree angle. I got to do it to the other two. So that's a 45 degree straight cut and then 22.5 degree that one. Did I cut them the same way? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. I'm an idiot. It doesn't matter. This one I think does. I'm going to cut it like it does. Close. Bam. So now if I take these two and if I did it right, all right, so it's not perfect, but I can put them together. That's fine. Here we go. Talking about right there. Go back over here. gotta charge you. Ba la la, hoot man, ba la la, hey yo, ba la 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 la. Okay. Oh, that got knocked way up. What the hell? Okay. Now I gotta figure out what the hell I did. So, my weird ass cuts here. This is where fabrication still working on the mower. Yep. Yes, sir. I'm gonna try and finish it up today. So that's gonna sit in there like that. I see what I did now. I see what I did. Look, that's not gonna work. Because now that's canted at a, so it did matter which way I cut it. Because now that's canted at a 22.5 degree angle. That's got to go like that. Well, shiver me timbers, that ain't going to work at all. That's a 22.5 degree angle out. Wait a second. Yeah, because that ends up at 45. I see the problem. So no matter what I do, I'll have to cut it up on end, and that wouldn't work anyways. We're just going to wing it. We're going to wing it, and what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? So I'm going to make the first one to go, that's the left side, this is the right side, this one is going to go, I'd have been better off cutting that just as a straight 45 and kicking this one off. Let's do that. Because this one is cut there, that's at a 22.5 degree. I just cut that one at a normal 45. Is 22.5 degrees going to be enough? Probably. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Alright, let me cut a new piece. That's just not going to work. I'm glad I looked at that. I wish I looked at it sooner. I need my tape measure because I'm losing my mind. Here, you look. You watch my ass. I'm just kidding. There you go. So this can stand straight up again. That can be a 45. I'll use one of these pieces. What I say the other was 13 and a half. That's perfect. I only need to waste one. Hey. Center-ish. Yes, sir. Back to work. Here. Just cheated. Rightio. All right, I got two 45-degree straight cuts, and I got these weird wonky ass things. Same thing, grind a bevel. Alright, good enough for that. So what we are going to do, I'm going to tack this to the table to make it a little easier to deal with. Kind of. What are you looking at? You got to look down here. This one's going to cant off this side. Alright, so I'm just going to tack this to the table and make it easier on myself. Level? There it is. Yeah, close enough. There we go. Like that. Now this is going to be offset and kind of mismatched and a little weird looking, but such is life, I guess. That's fine. This is why I tacked it to the table, because I can just... Oh, you motherfucker. Tacking the bottom side, be a little easier to mess with. So I gotta do one thing, is I gotta get the roll right, and I gotta get the angle right. Let's take the angle down a little bit first. Eee! Actually pretty good. These are just tacks to hold it. Pretty. It's close. Not as close as I would like it, but I'm going to make do with what I got, because this is a weird, wacky fit up here. And I am not building anything too crazy. Yeah, it's going to be the best I'm going to get. Ugh. I mean, all things considered, that's not too bad of a fit up for the weirdness of it. Next one. This one should be going, yep, the opposite way. Right? Yeah. Oh no. That was a tiny, tiny tack. That was downright awful. That's going to need to be span. Oh yeah, that's way off. Oh, yep. Stupid piece of shit. Don't break. Don't break. Oh, that was close. I still need to fix that tack. Alright, I broke this one. That'll hold it for now. And this has to come way the fuck down. No choice. At least I know where it's at. I'm gonna take a wild guess to say right there. And yes, I'm gonna have to clean this out. This is gonna be not ideal for welding on because I'm breaking that many tacks. Holy shnikes. Alright, well. Fucking piece of shit. God damn, what a... Got lucky on that. Ow. Had some space to fill on that one. I'm a little fucked up. But it'll do, pig. It'll do. I definitely have to grind them tacks down. Yes, and I have a grinding wheel left. So while it's sitting on the tacks, I shall do that. Because if I leave a crack in there, the crack will get just worse. Okay. Now is going to be probably the world's ugliest flux core weld you've seen on the internet. Ow, that's not true. I gotta give myself more credit than that. I'm going to do better than that. A little tacky in here though. Good enough. Where is my hammer? Or something that can act like a hammer at least. hot. That was surprising. So if you didn't think 110 was enough, turns out it is. I really thought this tag was going to break. Okay, time to weld somehow. Look at that thing. Woo! Alright, we are going to weld the living poop out of this thing. Full penny! I need to calm that arc down a little bit. It's getting a little out of hand. Big old gap. I filled that fucker up. Look at that. And then this one. That didn't work at all. Try again. Stop it. Ding 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 dirt. Hell yeah. Did you see that? Oh. Oh, right down my shirt. Alright. Big one. Let's go this way. Now we can turn, get some, soften it up just a wee bit. Yay! Whew, hot. That actually came out pretty damn good for such a messed up fit up. I mean, that is a really screwed up fit, and it actually came out much better than I anticipated. Still getting more spatter than I'd like, but I'm getting that metal really hot, so the arc length's getting a little long. But I will take it, but I'm gonna turn that arc control way too hard. Alright, now this one I left some space. And I kind of wish I did the same to that one. Let's pick the spot that needs coldest. I'm actually going to turn my voltage down so I can control it a little better. There we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's full penne. Side's worse. Ooh, this side is. That side's much worse. That is, look at that gap, man. Ooh, boy. Doesn't look like much on camera, but I'm telling you, it's a good bit. All right. Got her. This stuff feels like great. If anybody wants to know, Blue Demon E71T-11. That's what I'm using. This stuff is mwah. Oh my gosh, it stays together so much nicer than some of the other stuff I've used in the past. I'm not gonna name any names, but it's like one of our presidents. It's the same name. The one with the same name as our one of our presidents. That one, the T-11 wire, it's a little watery and annoying. Sorry, prove me wrong. Fill her up, dude. Turn this thing up. Yes, sir. Getting hot, hot, hot. I gotta go uphill. My angle is way off. Oh, well. Almost like I know what I'm doing. It's getting a little smoky in here. I'm going to have to take a break. Little, again, I got out of angle there, that's why that spatter's there, but that, I mean, for the fact that I am really a wonky flip right there, that's not too bad. So I got one going left and one going right. About 25 degrees is what it ends up being when I do the mathematicianing. I'm going to take a break, let these cool down. Let the smoke clear, let my fan catch up, turn my charger on, BRB. Be back in 5. Hey. my new jacket. I also had to go get my dog because he was scratching at the freaking door. Just wanted to, come on, Burber, you can come in here. Come over here, though. Good boy. Now I gotta figure out base plates. Safety squints. You crazy. So I have really thick material. I don't think I'm gonna need it though. Honestly, what I think I can do, I think I can set up my bandsaw again, and I have some 1/8 inch. Let's do that. I have 1/8 inch plate. I think that's more than adequate for these things. Yeah, let's do that. So I got 2 front ones, which are going to go here with a little bit of persuasion, and one on this other side. That's pretty good. See, that's put in. I'm going to put the bandsaw back up. It's going to take me a minute. So typically, I don't use this bandsaw, the foot band at least. Let me set this up. Hold, please. La 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 la. This is an old cheapo stand. But it works. Okay, there you are. Maybe? Oh no. I got a knot. Okay. So why are you looking at the ceiling? So I have this stand set up. Now typically I don't need to take this off, because I almost never take the porta band off. Matter of fact, this is the first time I've taken it off since I put it in the stand. So now I got to put it back together. It's going to take me a minute. Here. Just bear with me. Okay. This stand you can get from Harbor, the good old Harbor Freight. And it is very, very useful. However, I will warn you. Hold, please. I will warn you that this stand is not good if you want to make straight cuts. If you're setting it up for a mini table bandsaw, then yes, absolutely. But I used it as it has another base plate with a shock, and you can bring it down and use it like a chop saw. No bueno. Bandsaws don't cut straight. Trust me, I tried. Trust me on that one. You bet your life on that one. So it's probably the last time I'm going to take this bandsaw out. Although I say that, and then watch, next week I'm going to have to take it out again, and I'm like, fuck, why don't I just buy another one? Get in there, you stupid. Why are you being so difficult? You were easy before. missing a nut. That's not good. That is not good. I need that nut. That's one I actually do really need. Alright, time to go to my drawer and see if I have one that'll fit. Nope. No. I don't have anything really metric. I know this is metric, so I'm going to steal a nut that I don't need quite so critically. Figure that shit out later. Hit that. Ow, that hurt. You stupid. That hurt. Ow. Go down. You fucker. I did it to myself. Get down the hole. Yeah, that did it. That'll work. Thought there was a bug on my neck. It was my tag. I put this in a terrible spot to be taken back off. Yes, I do have ventilation. I have an exhaust fan. It is not as strong as I thought it was going to be, so I do have to take a break every once in a while, but at the same time, I'm also running flux core, which is not something I intended to do in here. So there's that. Pretty sure I put that on backwards now that I'm looking at it. Oh well. It's on there now. Now I just bent it into place. I'm also a fucking tall bastard, so. It's got to be bent back even further. Good enough for me. Put this in there. Stabilizing bar. Definitely just found the nut I was looking for right in front of my face. Dog guard. Oh, he's right there. Standing guard. In reality, just gazing at the darkness. What does this sit on? Why is it so strange? Sweating bullets, man. It's hot out. It's humid. That was nowhere near level. I want it to be kind of somewhat sort of level. Somewhat kind of sort of level. Oh, it's pretty close. that's actually the high side. That was interesting. I really thought that had an bubble. How's it this way? Alright, well, not so worried about that side so much. Okay, so we're hooked back up. So, I need to cut this. I need to cut one of these. Boy, that is serious, man. They weren't kidding when they said heavy duty. Trying to take my ring off so I don't scratch it anymore I already have. Ouch. Where's my dog at? We're broke. Chris. Stay here. We'll dampen the noise a little bit. I need 4 base plates. Four inches. 4.5. Okay, so they weren't lying. You never know with these people. What is this? Oh, that's perfect. So I literally need to cut. How deep is this? Oh, yes. So what I'm going to need to do, I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to put gussets in there to keep it from bending around and fucking around and fucking around and fucking around. Alright, so I need to cut 4 of these. This thing's locked down so I don't hit that. I gotta go get my sharp ripper bead. It's in my truck. I took it out. I needed it today. Oh, I need 4.5. Four and a half. 9. That should be 4.5. Okay. Yeah, hi, boo-boo. Uno. And dos. Follow the lines. Yes, bandsaws don't cut very straight. But they do cut straight enough. I need some water. Ow. Did that hurt? help to plug the saw in. That would help. Here goes nothing. I forgot how loud that saw was. Now I need to cut these in half. And then I got 4 base plates. And the great thing about these base plates, that's not as long as I thought they were. They'll be fine. 3 and yeah. Nice thing about these base plates, you know they're thin. If I use them gussets like I plan to, be a lot stronger. One. Two. Buckle my shoe. I'm painting my finger. sir. Let's see how well these fit up. Like a glove. God, they fit beautifully. What I do? Alright. Put this off to the side. I'm going to need it later. Now what I need to do is I need to mark my holes so I can drill the holes for the bolts that I either need to get or have. I don't know if I have any or not. Bang. Yes, this will get shaped up. I'm going to cut all of, I'm going to be able to drill through all these at the same time, hopefully. With any luck, I'm going to see if I have any bolts that'll fit this. If not, I'll get some. Get some tomorrow on my way home from work. I need 16. Oh, I can guarantee you I don't. Oh, I have carriage bolts. Actually, carriage bolts may not be a bad idea. They fit. That's not a bad idea. Okay. That's the right size. I'd like them one size bigger. But I don't have 16 of them either way, so I'm going to have to get more. Which is fine. What is that? There's some weird stuff in here. This is the size that I need. That's a 3/8 carriage bolt. And the carriage bolt actually locks in pretty well. So we'll go with, I'll have to go get 16 3/8" carriage bolts with nuts. Because I also don't have a bunch of 3/8" nuts. Well, I thought I did. What the? What I have a box of them. I guess I don't. Alright. We'll draw a bunch of 7/16 holes, I guess. Drill 1/2" holes. Do I have a good 1/2" bit? Probably not. Oh man. Sweaty, sweaty cocoa. What? Sweaty, sweaty pal. Alright. Let's disconnect this. The drill press is literally right behind you. Wrap up this cord so it's out of the way. That's what I was hoping. I have a bunch of these 5/8 bolts. I was hoping they would fit, but they do not. No. I need to make a list of things that I need to get tomorrow, either during lunch or on my way home. Hi. Throw some washers on them. I don't have 16 bolts, man. Thought I did, but I don't. Get in there. There we go. Okay. So I have 4 plates. I have 3 plates. Where's the 4th? Oh, right there. Some slag, some plasma dross on the side of them that I need to knock off with something. Came off relatively well. Two, 3, and yes, I'll have to clean up the edges on these. Take all 4 of these, put them in here. Really nice and tight like that. That'll work. I'm going to take one of these drill bits because I believe my 1/2-inch bit is barely used on this one, if at all. I'm going to try it. I bought this angle for part of my trailer project, and I can't wait to use it because it's literally in my way. Beep. I'll forget it. I'll forget to put that away. Now, how fast is this spinning? Good. Okay. Yep, this is still really strong bit. too much. One side done. That's hot. Okay? It's the other side now. Way off balance. Way off balance. Yes, that is a nice sharp bit. I don't think I've ever used that one actually. Broken all the others though. Okay. This is the part where things get a little interesting. What time is it? About time for me to go to bed. I gotta get these done. So at the very least I can tack these on. Get them welded, get the plates welded on, and then I can get the bolts and stuff tomorrow. Okay. Uno, dos. Ow! Trace. And that one's very, very hot. Pacho. Sorry, my space is a little tiny. But it does the job. Okay, so I gotta, the hole that goes in there is a little on the small side. You know what? Since I have that open, so I have a 1/2 inch bit there. Shit. Yeah, all right. Let me get these bolted on because at least tomorrow I can get the mower deck down. Look out, bro. This one, it's got a little burr in there. So instead of putting cotter pins in here, instead of putting pins in here, I'm actually going to put a bolt through to keep this thing from doing that. That one is going to go there. This one goes there. This is going to go here like that. Alright, so I cut a little more than I needed to, but that's okay. Marker. Where's my marker? Get this close. Yes. Out there. That one. I can cut a little bit off. That's good. I was worried that I cut it too short. Cut it a little too long. There. Okay, dokie. Get my jacket on, we'll be able to tack them on, and then weld them on, and then weld the gussets on tomorrow. And also drill the holes tomorrow. But at least I can get the main fabrication on together. nice fresh jacket. This one's a little smaller. What are you doing, bro? You can't stand over here, dog. I want to have sparks flying, bright noises, bright lights, loud noises. This one fits a little better. That one is very straight. This one is also very straight. Nice. Okay. Got my base plate. Good. Light. Light. Let there be light. I'm still going to level it because I may not have fabricated these perfectly square and level. I'm going to check to see that's level enough for me to match it. Oh, this one came out perfect. Well, I should probably check. Shut up. Okay. Fix that. Damn, that is one hell of a tack. So that is facing the wrong direction. There. Hot. Getting hot. That still ended up coming out all right. Bueno. Over here, I'll tack this one real quick and I'll come over and hold that one. Okay. Wait. Oh, did I get it too far? That's pretty good. Yeah, bro. Good boy. Did I take that too far? Alright. That's done. This one's going to be a little strange. I tell you what, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Let's just take this off and put a shit ton of weld in there. Stay there, bro. That worked out beautifully. Now that's going to warp back up, but this is a thin plate. I can bang it back down. I ain't worried about it. Stop telling me. That one's done. You know? It's hot. Got a good penny. Yeah, it's in there. Next up, that one. Dos. Dos X. Once they cool down, I'll be able to. Yeah, So you put these in, right? Put these in there, right? Woo! It hurts. And these will go in here like that. Bolt the rod up in there. You see, just like some bitch. That. Bam! We got swivel wheels on this bitch. You never do. Okay. It's okay, puppy. So then we walk over to the other side and we'll tack these on and weld these on. Yeah, bro. Yeah, right there, puppy. You sit right there. You're fine right there. Where are you going? Leave me here. Oh yeah, I gotta grind these down though. Oh, I'll go up all over here again. Yeah, bro. So once I get these done, I'll be done for the night and I can connect tomorrow. Drill the holes for the bolts. Clean these up a little bit, throw them on. At least when I get these on, that means I can get the mower deck back under the freaking tractor. And then it's just a matter of slapping things and get some. You got room? Yeah. Stay away from the spot. Stay away from the spot and wrap that. Curve. Oh yeah, I gotta grind that down. Dummy. Okay, so this, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can actually have this on an angle like that. Ain't much gonna matter. Where is my marker? Where did it go? One. Ooh, do I put this one a little shorter? What the? Yeah, for a bright light, puppy. Why are you sleeping? I know, bro. We need to go inside. We need to go to bed. I know. It's way messed up. We're almost done. I love it. shit. Oh. Yeah, bro. No mas. Yeah, bro. You are gonna have to get out of the way. No. Hot finger doggity. Oh yeah, this side's warped up real bad. Yeah, bro. Come on, back up. No, back up. Go. Back up. Back. 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 Go. Back up. Don't look at the light. Does this dog ever have welded flash? Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, bro. Whoa! What was that? Come on, puppy. Move. You're still on the belt, man. Yeah, bro. Go sit by the door, dog. Come on. Big dummy. Don't look at it. It's going to make it worse. No. Back up. Yeah, sit right there with your back to me. That's fair. Deserve it. Why?
Stinky, stinky, stinky.
Hefty.
Mama-doo. Schmagadoo.
One more to do, and then I can go take a shower and go to bed. What's wrong, dog? What are you scared of? Coming out pretty strong. I tell you what. Uno mas, and then I'm done for the night because it's getting close to midnight, less than an hour. back turned. He's smart. He ain't stupid. That'd be that. At least for tonight. So the only thing I need to do, or I won't stand here right now, I'm sending hot slag everywhere. Cool. So I need to obviously cut these down a little bit. Some of them need to be cut short. That's quick. Quickly do that. Turn my light off. I'll tell you what, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to show you. I think it's going to look spiffy. Oh, I am hot though. Sweating my butt off. Probably going to need to send this in for charge now. Yeah. Remember, let me show you what I got going on. Alright. Ta-da. And then I got these really, really heavy duty brackets right here. And we are going to just bolt these on the mirror. Yep, bolt them on just like that. And it's almost like a zero turn mower deck. Only a lot stronger. This one fits. That one's a little tight. But it will work. Beautiful, crazy, can't help but amaze me. Hell yes, that is a beautiful thing. That actually came out really good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, yeah, puppy, we're done. We're done. We're going to get out of here. I'm very happy with that. That came out great. nice and straight. Looks like they're level for the most part. And then tomorrow I'll drill the holes. I need to make a list of what I need. Hell yeah. Them brackets coming along if you're still there. Hell yeah. I'll probably post a photo or a quick video or something of them tomorrow. As far as the live's concerned, we'll see how much work I need to do when I'm done. But I need to shape these up. I can at least get the mower deck on tomorrow. And then we can mow the grass. And then I can finish these up. I think I'm definitely going to put gussets, because this is thin plate. I didn't want to put, the only other plate I have is 1/2 inch. I did not want to put 1/2 inch plate on because that's ridiculous. Even though I am a little ridiculous. So, at these, if I make gussets here right along the bolted connections, 4 gussets on each one, I'll be able to put them on pretty quick. And that should be more than hefty enough to take care of this. Hell, I mean, for a 110 volt flux core welder, not too shabby. Pretty confident in them. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Tomorrow I'll probably post at least an update. If not, I might go live if I got more shit to do. I'll probably go live. Probably go live tomorrow. Why not? I'll see you later.